defense, Apollo.
And the same style. Look, Mulus and Infestation Pit. He's going to go for the Swarm Host again. And successful defense against the drop. The counterattack could be deadly. There are Thors out, but there isn't an Engineering Bay down. Yeah. There's no turrets.
And if those Mutalisks take the most direct path, they could catch this Viking as well as
and the drop as well. Look, the drop's down there too, the Medivac.
So he has to be very careful about this.
I think he should go for the Viking, to be honest, and then just go...
Yeah, because that Viking's job was to clear out that Overlord, right? And then, so he could go for the drop, but... the Viking that moved out of position, so the drop could come in and do some damage here.
Well, there's 2 Thors in the main base, so it's going to be difficult to break it, but he's definitely going to be able to find weaknesses. For example, if they're in the main base, he can go to the natural. No Engineering Bay down whatsoever. Swarm Host upgrade being the Enduring Locust is down as well.
Looks like we have tweets here. TLO single-handedly revolutionized the SC2 meta. Not doing too bad for himself there. So, yeah, he's doing very, very well right now here in game number 1.
Oh, big! Oh. 1 Hellbat comes down. He just needs to move his drones.
He needs to move those drones. He needs to move those drones. They're all very weak. This 1 Hellbat, despite the other one going down, he does the work of 2, getting 12 kills.
I don't think TLO saw it drop down. Yeah. Because I didn't think that 1 got out there, but it did. And he needs to get back to mining with those drones as well. A little bit sloppy there, but he is getting back. So now what we're going to see is how is Strelok now going to deal with Swarm Host again in this game. He has more tanks out, sure. He has Thors too. Turrets are coming down as well, so he minimized inside the main base. So he's actually well defended against Mutalisks in his main. Is he well defended against drops? There isn't a drop upgrade, so don't worry about that, anybody that may have been worrying about that. I was worrying about it until I realized there isn't actually a drop upgrade down. So Strelok in this game is in a bit of a better position. He's going to be a lot more funneled to this 3rd base, which is ideally what he wanted, but what didn't happen previously.
It's going to be more direct. He's not going to get caught off guard is the big issue here for him. So should be able to deal with this all right. The siege tanks are set up to actually kill off a few of these. He's going to lose maybe 1 of Hellbats in the process, though. But that's a big Zergling Flood. Runs straight into the natural. Going to get a lot of SCVs. He raised the supply depots into the main, though. So now, Strelok, well... he got a lot lost there. He lost 11 workers.
11 workers. The Greatest Spire is coming down as well. Remember, the crucial part of what pushed the GG out from Strelok previously. 10 Corruptors on the way. Not the best of upgrades, but what does it matter too much if you just overpower your opponent? You don't need superior upgrades if you just win right there. But look at that army. That army is a lot stronger than anything Strelok had in that previous game. So it's a different game for sure. Ravens are out here as well. Yeah. So if these Swarm Hosts get caught off guard, and they're just left alone, and that Raven just goes across. He drops on top with the Raven there as well.
I could have even put out PDD to save that as well. He's going to pick up all of those.
He's going to drop him. He's going to drop him.
That's actually a really, really good idea. He drops the scan, and he will be able to actually fly straight in there. Good use of medevac boost. Closes the gap with those Swarm Hosts. They have to evacuate out here. Forces the liftoff so he can bring in the entire army once again. 164 supply to 165. TLO retreating back for now, but he's still poking in with his Mutalisks and Zerglings.
There isn't actually any evolution chambers in this game at all. There's actually none.
Wow.
So TLO has 0 upgrades on all his units, despite Strelok having 2 attack and +1 armor. That changes everything. He's just moving forward. He's got SCVs coming with this as well. He's on auto repair with his SCVs. He's coming for the win.
The Broodlords could actually help out so much here, though, as they move forward. There's no anti-air here for him to deal with. The Zerglings and Broodlings close in and kill off a lot of SCVs to kick things off. Strelok sacrificed a lot there. It's 55 workers to 72 right now. PDD goes down, trying to soak this up, but the Raven, not destined for this world.
Because of the no evolution chambers in this game, TLO was able to get Broodlords out even faster than previously. It's 15 minutes 30 as they completed morphing compared to 60 minutes last game, 30 seconds faster. That's a bit of a mistake, but he still picks off the Vikings, which is crucial there, so not too big. But as the Queens come down to transfuse and repair everything, he's got a massive anti-timing here. Strelok went in, pulled SCVs, was like, I'm going to get him before he gets Broodlords. And no, didn't happen, Colaris. As we see, the Broodlords are ready, the Broodlords are back. And what are we going to see here? Can he hold this?
Yeah, this is going to be really difficult. Those Broodlords bearing down on this position is going to make him hard. He actually doesn't have his Thors in the armor shots here just yet. I think he just morphed them in, so should be able to. There we go. He morphs them in, as I say it. Strelok heard me, apparently. But still, Carapace is going down for these Broodlords as well. That's going to help a lot. He's completely ransacking the 3rd. He forces the liftoff, and no, you cannot lift that off. Corruptors say goodbye, Command Center.
And there's so many Corruptors here that have such a high armor anyway in this game. It's going to be very, very difficult for Vikings to get in there. A bit of a weird attack coming from Strelok, but at the end of the day, I don't think that is too important here. It's how can Strelok deal with the Broodlords so early in this game?
There's a little bit of a drop here. Straylock trying to bring himself back into it. He is supply blocked. He's actually doing a very good job there of applying some pressure to both of the pivotal mining bases for TLO. But the Broodlords are uncontested. There is nothing to deal with them. The anti-air for him is trapped behind Hellbats that are constantly dying off. Now he closes the gap, but the Queens are the big savers here. Transfuses go down one after another. All he has to do is kill off the last remaining Thors. The last remaining Viking falls as well. 132 supply to 149 in favor of Straylock, but there's nothing to kill the Broodlords, Apollo.
Yeah, the Queens kept them alive for long enough. The Corruptors did their job. TLO is down in supply. He is actually losing this third base, getting dropped around. But at the end of the day, if he breaks this natural, there's still not going to be any anti-air. TLO hasn't won this game yet. I'm just trying to say that. He hasn't won it yet, but he's still pushing forward. Army supply still in favor, but it's not about the army side. It's not about numbers in terms of who has the bigger army, who has the bigger economy. It has Strelok the units to deal with that there. It's a weird combination of units. Swarm hosts, Queens, Broodlords, Corruptors. It doesn't matter numbers. It's actual units. What does he have to deal with it?
Yeah, he needs such a diverse range of units here to really deal with that. He needs detection, he needs massive anti-air, he needs the ability to kill off the ground army with the Locusts now plowing on forwards once again. He has a lot of siege tanks in the back here. That might be able to help you out, but he needs to deal with the Broodlords, who are now whittling down that exact composition that he needs to deal with the ground army. The Queens come along as well. Even if the Broodlords took some damage, there's still plenty of transfuses.
Yeah, and TLO is going to be able to pick up this win, I think, here, guys. He's got 100 supply to 65, and Strelok has a Thor and a Viking. The Thor's going to fall down fast. The Viking, that's not going to do too much here with all those Queens around. And TLO for Germany, looks like he's moving on to the round of 8 here,
Looks
Kalaris.
like it. Sitting on the production facilities, one Viking kills off one Broodlord, but in the end, Strelok has very little economy left. So does TLO, but there you go. GG! And that means we now know our first round of 8 player in the form of TLO.
TLO just 4-0'd the round of 16.
I don't want to, like, sorry.
TLO just 4-0'd his group. TLO, in the previous group as well, you know, went 4 maps, 1 loss.
Yes.
Including players like Naniwa.
Yeah. He's looking ridiculously strong.
He's had a lot of time to prepare. Granted, he had a small advantage when it comes to preparing for one race, but he just aced his group.
And I don't want to say that I called it.
Did you call it, did you?
Well,
predict it?
During the round of 16 draws.
You said TLO first.
Yeah, TLO first, man. It's all good.
Good job.
He's looking pretty darn good, I gotta say. He's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
And that means we have only now Terrans remaining throughout.
That's
but
right.
For now, guys, we are going to send it over for an interview with the glorious victor in the form of Mr. TLO.
Thanks very much, guys. I'm with TLO, who is breathing very heavily right now, but it's through, I don't know, a mixture of relief and pride and joy at going through. You are the first man to qualify for the round of 8 in the Premier League of the European World Championship Series. I want to talk about game 2 first, because it was a fairly quick game. Seemed fairly straightforward. There's a little bit of held back, so kind of irritations, I suppose they were, but pretty straightforward game 2.
Yeah, the one Halberd in my main really irritated me, because I saw the Medivac die and I looked at it and I didn't see a Halberd come out. But yeah, then it killed like 10 drones. So I thought this is gonna be maybe the nail in the coffin for me, like the point where I look back and think, okay, shouldn't have done that. Doesn't matter, next game I'm gonna win, but didn't matter in the end, I guess.
Just asking you a very brutally honest question. A year ago, would that have irritated you to the point where you would have lost that game?
Probably, yes. Yes, I wasn't mentally as strong as I'm nowadays. Stuff like that would throw me off my game to a point where I would just make mistakes after mistakes and would snowball. But nowadays, I just don't care anymore and keep playing as good as I can, I guess.
Okay, I think what everyone wants to talk about, certainly online, is game 1. Now, I just want to put this into a little bit of context, okay? Game 1 was a thing of beauty. It was sexy StarCraft at its best. Talk us through it.
Well, it was simple, really. I knew Strelok is going to go for mech. I was 100% sure of that. And even if he doesn't go mech,